Is coming in, and it is that Democrats on the House Oversight Committee in the United States have done what they said they were going to do, which is to continue to release details from the Epstein files. A number of photographs have been released, a number of what appear to be copies of passports, one passport from the Russian Federation, heavily redacted, visa details, pictures of Bill Gates, Steve Bannon in another photograph. And so it's all coming out right now. It is what they said they would do. And of course, they're trying to reach a point where Donald Trump agrees to release the entire files. And it was said that that could happen on Friday, tomorrow. We wait to see about that. Correspondent James Matthews joins me from Washington. And, well, there's a lot to go through, James, but this is the Democrats doing what they said they were going to do.
That's right, Mark. Of course, we still await the full release of thousands of Epstein files. And as you say, the deadline for that is tomorrow. In the meantime, the Democrats have issued several dozen photographs, and we're looking at them there, which on first sight certainly don't indicate any criminality. I mean, in terms of the content, we've seen some pictures of some individuals that actually have appeared in previous releases. Bill Gates, we've seen Woody Allen, we've seen Steve Bannon sitting across a desk from Jeffrey Epstein. There are passports, as you say, with names redacted from a number of countries, Russia, Czechoslovakia, the passports of women. There is a passport of Jeffrey Epstein. And on one passport page, the words are stated, the bearer was convicted of a sex offence. There are writings, words written on what appear to be the body of at least one female, references to the book Lolita, which of course is about a man who had an infatuation with an underage girl. Quotes like, she was Dolly at school, she was Lola in slacks. We've seen pictures, we saw them there, Noam Chomsky, the academic, the essayist, on what appears to be a private jet sitting alongside Jeffrey Epstein. There is a picture of a packet of drugs used to treat a urinary infection. Jeffrey Epstein in the company of women. One photo shows him in the company of 3 young women. There is a map of Great St. James, Jeffrey Epstein's island. The question would be, of course, the central question in all of this for many is what is in the remaining files that links Jeffrey Epstein to Donald Trump, the former friends? Is there anything that we have yet to learn about Donald Trump and his association with Epstein that we don't already know? I have to say, in the files that we're looking at now, actually, I haven't seen any Donald Trump content, so no indication about anything at all to do with the president. I suppose we have to wait for the full release to take a judgment on that. That full release has to take place in some shape or form by tomorrow. But what we're seeing today is Democrats on this House Oversight Committee. Remember, Republicans have the majority. They are in control. But the Democrats, who are frustrated at the lack of a full release, they are releasing what is in their possession and within their ability to put into the public domain. And that's what we're seeing now. Several dozen pictures and documents released while we wait the full publication.
And James, is Donald Trump still under pressure from people in the MAGA movement, for instance, who have long wanted all the files released?
He absolutely is, Mark. Remember, Donald Trump was a man who campaigned to get back into the White House largely on the basis of publication of the full Epstein files. That's a drum that he was beating for long enough, and now in office, he has been the individual standing for so long in the way of publication. He buckled under pressure, signed an order basically saying that they should be released in full, and that order dictates that that has to take place by tomorrow. I think it's midnight tomorrow, local time, Mark, but there is a degree of mystery. The Department of Justice is controlling this process, and they've given no indication when publication will take place, or indeed if we will see publication in full. Much speculation among Democrats, certainly, that there will be something of a fudge with redactions that essentially dilute the content, which, you know, for the sake of the protection of guilty parties whose names and activities are included within them. So still a degree of mystery about what the contents will be. But of course, the central question is, as I say, what was the association between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein? What have we not heard? We know they were friends through the 80s, 90s. We know that they fell out because Jeffrey Epstein was luring female staff away from Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago to go and work for him. They also fell out over a property deal. So that kind of detail and that a degree of association is already in the public domain. Donald Trump emphatically denies any criminality and any knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's criminal behaviour. The question will be, do these Epstein files, when they are released in full, tell us any different? On first sight of today's release, there is nothing to point to any of that. So for now, we are still basically in a holding pattern when it comes to the Epstein files and Donald Trump's association with them.